It seems like roguelikes are everywhere these days, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. And deck builders have always been pretty hit or miss with me. So what makes this one different? Why can't I stop playing it? And why should you? Allow me to introduce you to Novus Orbis. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Novus Orbis is an indie roguelike deck building game that has all the familiar features you're used to. Strategic card management, a randomized path that you select and follow to the boss, plus a charming graphic style that makes it feel a bit like a retro experience. You can't tell me this warrior character wouldn't fit right into an old school RPG. But under that familiar framework, Novus Orbis hides something deeper, a world full of mystery. The setting may look like typical fantasy, however, as you play, strange cards and rooms are discovered, cryptic messages appear, and you start to wonder what's really going on here. Even the opening screen gives you a mysterious, vague idea that there's a much bigger picture to be revealed, and every run teases new pieces of the larger puzzle, pushing you to keep going just to uncover more. But really, the biggest reason that I can't stop playing is the combat. It takes the usual deck building formula and flips it on its head with a combo linking system that completely changes how you think about your deck. Instead of just playing one card at a time and hoping for a strong draw, Novus Orbis encourages you to set up sequences, where every card played enhances the next one in a cascading chain of effects. One card can boost the next, triggering a ripple effect that snowballs into bigger, more impactful plays. And before you know it, you're orchestrating a full turn full of perfectly timed combos. It's less about random luck and more about planning, synergy, and execution. This makes every run feel incredibly rewarding because when your strategy clicks, it really feels like you earned it. And when it doesn't, well, you'll be itching to dive right back in and try again. There's a few other strategic wrinkles and mechanics I want to tell you about, but first, let me explain the combo system. It really is the secret sauce of Novus Orbis. Basically, each card has an SP cost to use and a combo level that is also associated with it. Every turn, you will start back at combo level 0, and only by playing a card with combo level 0 will you move up to level 1. If played in correct order like this, those level 1 cards will now be enhanced. This means they'll cost less to play and have a larger effect. Whether that's more damage, a higher block number, it all depends on the card type. Follow up a level 1 card with a level 2 and reap those benefits yet again, but play cards out of order and get dropped back down to level 0. There's even cards that specifically decrease or jump the combo level up so you can, for example, hit a level 1, then a level 2, then another level 1, and still get all of the enhancements. It just depends how you plan your deck and use these systems to your advantage. Not only does this maximize the amount of cards you can play each turn, but watching those numbers go up and chaining together big synergies feels incredible. Now, before you start thinking this combo thing sounds great, but maybe a little restricting, understand that you don't have to play your cards in this order. In fact, sometimes you really shouldn't. The other side of combat is the monsters you face, and they have their own twist as well. If you've played a lot of these type of games, you probably know the basic mechanic. Enemies will show their intent, or what they will do the next time they act, but each enemy here also has its own cooldown timer that ticks down by 1 with every card that you play, or 2 at the end of your turn. When the timer hits 0, the monster will make its move, even if it's in the middle of your turn. And this is where the mental aspect of combat comes into play. You know exactly what the enemies will do and when, but that doesn't make it any easier. Most battles against multiple monsters have them all on separate cooldowns, so the amount of cards you play and what order you do it in can make a big difference. Will you eliminate the highest damage monster with a combo knowing that you'll still have to eat some damage from the others? Or will you instead use those cards to increase your block and just try to minimize how much health you lose this turn? Sometimes only playing a potion card to heal or skipping a turn with a bad hand is the best strategy. If you're like me, from other deck builders, I have this habit of just using all of my cards or mana available, and starting out this bit me a few times, needlessly playing cards that wouldn't make a difference this turn, but still decrease the cooldowns and force me to take damage I could have prevented. Even against single enemies like bosses, the strategic aspect is still there. Will you go all out and try to maximize damage with your combo? Do you need to worry more about defense so you don't lose the run? Or maybe you can do both. Play a block to get the cooldown to 0, negate the damage, then continue your combo chain with attack cards. As you progress and fight tougher monsters, the tactics you choose become even more important. For example, there are some enemies that completely negate any damage under a certain threshold. Combo enhanced cards are key to overcoming these challenges, letting you break through their defenses and really hit them where it hurts. And I will say, Novus Orbis does a fantastic job of capturing that classic roguelike feeling where you get stronger and better with each run. The combo mechanic is simple enough to understand, but also deep enough to experiment and vary your playstyle. And that's really what makes the combat so satisfying, but I'm also coming back for the world itself. The more I play, the more I uncover, and I still have questions that I feel like I need answered. This unique package is what really sets Novus Orbis apart. It's not just another deck builder. It keeps you engaged and evolving your strategy, rewarding creativity and planning in a way that not very many games do. So if you're into roguelikes, deck builders, or just looking for a new twist on the genre, this might be exactly what you want. Novus Orbis is available in early access on Steam today. For more indie turn-based game breakdowns and reviews, feel free to click through the video on screen now.